Hey guys!
Welcome to video number 14. This week we wanted to just discuss family and ministry. So we get that a lot. People asking questions, what do you foresee your family kind of looking like and functioning together in ministry overseas? So we just want to take some time to discuss that with you guys this week. And one thing we want to hit on again is just the fact that we really chose the Philippines, or I guess not really chose the Philippines. One reason we chose the Philippines was because of their family-friendly environment. We really liked the fact that if Gerald was out in town already doing ministry, and me and the kids were at home for some reason, we could join up with him safely, or I could go visit with other moms or ladies by myself with the kids and safely do that. Or even the fact that as our kids growing up, they can have some freedoms to go out and enjoy by themselves, and I could go into town. So we really liked the fact that their family-friendly environment opened up opportunities just within safety, but also ministry as a family as a whole. So you just want to start with that, and we'll kind of explain more as we go.
Yeah, and for us, we really believe that family is, just a huge part of our ministry, and just how we interact with others as a family is crucial to, the gospel spreading. And as a family, life's going to change. As our kids get into school age, and times are going to be stretched in different ways. Ministry is going to look different in some ways, but we know that we don't want our kids to think that, oh, mom and dad, this is their ministry, this is their mission. But no, we're a part of this too. And we really want them to be able to hone into their unique part on the team that they are. And as we're thinking about just the Christian life and believers in general, we believe that kids can have a crucial part in just highlighting the contrast between unbelievers and believers. Especially for little kids, first time obedience and the willingness to share and play well with other kids. These are really cool things that as believers we can teach our kids, and just have an awesome contrast with the unbelievers that are around us.
Yeah, it gives them an opportunity with their little lives to represent the gospel and help build relationships, with our family and with those unbelievers around us by the way they behave.
Yeah, as Christians, whether here in the States or overseas, it's crucial to remind our kids just their unique role in the family unit that God's designed. God's given us a position to represent Him, and how are we doing that? How are our kids doing that? And it's just a cool opportunity for them to grow as a family, as part of the family, and also just seeing the gospel spread through how they're interacting.
Yeah, as kids growing up, sometimes those little actions can seem so small, but that's our role as a parent to be able to explain to them why those small actions have such an eternal impact, and helping them understand, like sharing a toy may seem small, but this is the role that God has you in right now. Like, you're our kids, and the way you share your toys or the way that you're kind to your neighbor impacts what we're trying to do in sharing Jesus with your friend or with their families. So it's our job to be able to explain to them why these little daily tasks are so important. And that's going to help them feel like they're part of this ministry that we're doing as a family. So that's important whether we're here in the States or overseas, but that's just kind of as a whole what we want life to look like. We want to be doing things as a family because we feel that that's really the way the Lord has designed it. He's designed families to be working together, to be using each other's strengths, and whether that's in daily life or whether that's doing ministry, because ministry is life and life is ministry, but that everything we do as a family should be giving glory to Him, and that's a part of it. That's kind of what we are hoping it will look like, just in a general sense. But some of the commonly asked questions we get, we wanted to share with you guys now as well. And I'll kind of start with the first one. One common question we get is, what about schooling overseas? And, when we initially get over to the Philippines, we're going to be spending time learning the national culture and language like we explained to you guys previously. So Sybil won't be school age yet, but hopefully by the time we enter into a people group, she will be. And one thing that the Lord, another cool way that He just designed things years ago in preparation for what we're going to be doing is the fact that I was homeschooled growing up, and that's what we're hoping to do with her. So being able to know how to choose good curriculum, how to set up a school plan, how to teach these classes, how to have a game plan, is all crucial in being able to do this as a family. So we are planning on homeschooling, and we'll have all of our books and supplies flown out to us, but that's kind of the goal.
Yeah. And another just interesting question we get is just whether our kids will learn the national language and the people's heart language. And, as you can probably guess from how we've been talking about things throughout this video, we think that's a yes. We really believe that um, our kids have a part in our ministry, and we want them to be able to learn the language. And while they're in school, I'm going to have more opportunities to learn and study language. But this is their lives too. They're going to be living with these people, and this is their community that they're in. And if they can't communicate, relationships. It's so hard to relate with people if you can't speak the same language. So we really want them to be able to speak it in their language and in their heart language and in the national language, so when they're in town they're not just confused either. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's part of relationship building is ministry. So we want them to be able to function as a whole, but in order to be a part of ministry as a family, they're going to have to learn their language. So I mean, it could take a little bit longer in some ways because they're not fully devoted to it while they're in school, but most likely they'll be able to pick the language up faster than we will, just because of the nature of things. So yeah, if you guys have more questions on just kind of different aspects of how our family's going to function over there, feel free to ask. We love getting questions like that. We did want to let you know too, these videos we're going to probably be spacing out between every 2 to 3 weeks. We have probably 4 to 5 other states we're going to be visiting and traveling to between now and November, just as we're meeting with individuals and churches. So it's going to be pretty busy, and we want to have some time to space out those videos. As well as we've covered a lot of the major aspects of ministry overseas, and we didn't want to overwhelm you with videos either. So if there's a topic you'd really like to hear about or a question you specifically have, we'd love to be able to hit that in a video. But be looking for those about every 2 to 3 weeks. And if you miss one, we'll be uploading them to YouTube or our website as well. So keep an eye out for them there. But yeah thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Have a good week.